Welcome to the Policy Patrol MFT demo. Policy Patrol MFT is a managed file transfer solution and allows users to send and receive large and confidential files instantly and securely. In this demo, I'm going to show you the 3 ways in which users can easily send and receive files with Policy Patrol MFT. The first way is to use a transfer form on the Policy Patrol MFT portal. So you would begin by attaching your file, and you would enter the email address, the subject, optional message, and you will select the transfer settings. In this example, I'm going to select standard authentication. The other option is advanced authentication. We will show you how to do that in another video. The difference between the two is if I select standard authentication, then the recipient can click on the link. They do not need to create an account in Policy Patrol MFT. If I select advanced authentication, then they must first create an account, and before they can download the file, they will need to enter their logon credentials. And so this adds an extra level of security. But in this case, I'm just going to select standard authentication, and I'm going to send this file. And so we will now look in Kirsty's inbox, who will receive now the file from Policy Patrol MFT. And so all Kirsty needs to do is basically just click on the link. We'll get that attachment. So I will close this. So the second way in which you can receive files with Policy Patrol MFT is to have a secure upload form on your website. So for instance, here we have the example of a housing corporation, and they need to receive securely rental applications from their customers, and these forms include social security numbers and other personal information, so they have to be sent securely. So they have this form on the website. Kirsty has just filled out her rental application form, and she's going to send this back to the company, and click send. And this form that you see is actually configured in Policy Patrol MFT. It's what we call a widget. And in the widget you can specify the different settings for the web form. You can specify who the recipient is, whether the sender gets a successful upload notification, and this creates an HTML snippet, and this is what you include on your website, and then you see a web form like we just saw here. So in this case, Kirsty also received a notification that the files have been uploaded. These messages can all be customized and can include your logo or any text you would like to include. And John Carter, who is the recipient of the form, has received the form from Kirsty. He can download it, and he can view it. So the last way in which files can be sent through Policy Patrol MFT is with the Exchange Server plugin. So with the Exchange Server plugin, you can create rules on Exchange Server that automatically remove email attachments and replace them with a link. So there are several conditions that could trigger the replacement with a link. So one condition, for instance, is the size of the email. So you could say if an email attachment is larger than 5 MB, then I want it to be removed from the email and a link to be inserted instead. And so the advantage of that is that a mail service won't block the email because it has large email attachments. Then there is another option. For instance, you could also specify the sensitivity of an email. So if in Outlook, when you send the email, you specify that it's confidential, and this is an option which is similar to priority. Then Policy Patrol will automatically remove the attachments and insert a link. And you can also specify the authentication mode. So if it is confidential, then you could select advanced authentication. And you can also specify whether the sender should receive a notification when the recipient downloads the files. And you also have a number of expiration options here. So those are basically the ways in which you can send files and receive files with Policy Patrol MFT.